The 13. Terrifying archaeological discoveries found in caves that frightened scientists. Archaeology has long been considered a field of sweat and tears. To uncover valuable heritage, archaeologists not only need extensive knowledge and perseverance, but also must possess an element that many find hard to attain: the smile of the goddess of luck. In fact, many unique archaeological discoveries have been made by sheer accident, through unexpected incidents or unintentional circumstances completely beyond strict scientific calculations. Among these are discoveries made in dark, mysterious places like caves. Yet within these shadowy spaces lie countless stories, relics, and civilizations that have been buried by time. So have you ever wondered what might be hidden in these caves? What might we find after digging through the thick layers of earth and stone? Join us as we explore and uncover the answers in today's video. Mummified bodies in a haunted cave. In 1940, archaeologists Sidney and George Wheeler discovered one of the strangest archaeological finds in history: two mummified bodies found in a haunted cave in Nevada. After their discovery, these mummies raised many questions and doubts about their origin and the time period in which they existed. According to experts, the mummies were wrapped in materials resembling reed mats and buried deep underground. One body was buried more shallowly, while the other was buried much deeper, creating a difference in burial practices. After the discovery, the archaeologists moved the mummies to the Nevada Museum for scientific analysis. Initially, scientists estimated the mummies' age to be around 1,500 to 2,000 years old. However, the truth astonished the research community. In the 1990s, new studies revealed that one of the mummies was male and dated back about 10,600 years. This meant that the individual lived over 10,000 years ago and was around 40 years old when he died. This discovery made the male mummy the oldest ever found in North America, a groundbreaking find in the field of archaeology. Subsequent studies, especially DNA tests, showed that this mummy belonged to Native Americans. After years of research, a team led by Professor S.K. Willerslev, an expert in ecology and evolution at the University of Cambridge, confirmed that the mummy was an ancestor of the Falun Paiute Shoshone tribe, an ancient group in the Nevada region. Thus, the story of the two mummies in the haunted cave sheds light on an untold part of Native American history, along with many mysteries hidden deep within this continent's distant past. Smoke-dried mummies from 1,000 years ago. Few people know that in the dark caves hidden in the remote regions of the Philippines, tombs containing smoke-dried mummies from over 1,000 years ago still exist. These mummies belong to the Ibaloi people, an ancient group who lived in the Philippines around 1,000 years ago. They had a special custom of smoke-drying the bodies of the deceased, and these mummies are known as fire mummies. This smoke-drying embalming practice has not been in use in the country for the last 400 years, but many tombs still preserve the fire mummies in remarkable condition, some even retaining tattoos on the hands and legs of the deceased. According to information from the Daily Mail, as of January 21st, it is estimated that there are up to 80 sacred caves in the Philippines that serve as the resting places for these fire mummies. These caves are primarily located in remote, mountainous regions that are difficult to access. The unique thing is that only the elders in the Ibaloi tribe know the exact locations of these caves, and they are the only ones who know the rare smoke-drying embalming technique. The Ibaloi smoke-drying practice was not merely a method of preserving the dead, but also an integral part of their beliefs and culture. They believed that by embalming in this way, the soul of the deceased would find rest and protection in the afterlife. 78,000-year-old ancient child's grave. In Panga ya Saidi, a large cave located in a forest near the coast of Kenya, Africa, archaeologists have reported the discovery of the oldest known grave, approximately 78,000 years old. This is the grave of a child, around 3 years old. According to African reporters, researchers have given the child in the grave the nickname Mtoto, which means child in Swahili. The remains of Mtoto were wrapped in a shroud and placed in a fetal position. Researchers believe this posture suggests a funeral ritual developed by the Homo sapiens hunter-gatherer community living in that area 78,000 years ago. This is the oldest grave known in Africa, where modern humans first appeared. According to Maria Martinon Torres, a researcher at the National Center for Human Evolution in Burgos, Spain, placing Matoto in a sleeping position and protecting the body with a shroud proves that ancient humans in Africa also lived in a symbolic world, and thus had an awareness that researchers are still trying to understand. Meanwhile, anthropologist Antoine Balzeau from the National Museum of Natural History in Paris, France, noted that finding the well-preserved body of a child like this is extremely rare in Africa, where ancient human fossils are seldom discovered. Therefore, this may be the clearest evidence of the spiritual and religious beliefs of ancient humans, helping us better understand the early civilizations of our ancestors. While it is still unclear whose analysis is the most accurate, these discoveries at least offer us new insights into ancient people and their customs, things that modern humans may never fully understand. The Thousand-Year-Old Carving. In 1998, archaeologists discovered a cave in Alabama temporarily referred to as Cave Number 19. It wasn't until recently that a team of American scientists, using advanced optical technology to scan deep areas of the cave, uncovered ancient treasures hidden deep within the earth. The researchers were astounded to find thousand-year-old specters, some of the largest and most impressive ancient cave art in the United States. One of the most remarkable pieces was a carving of a rattlesnake with a diamond-shaped back stretching up to 3 meters long, an intricate masterpiece. In addition, there were other carvings depicting human figures wearing regal attire but with features resembling spirits, some over 2 meters in length. These carvings are estimated to be about 1,000 years old, an astonishing figure given the level of detail and scale of the artwork. The researchers believe that the creators of these pieces were Native Americans, inhabitants of the region centuries before Europeans arrived. These artworks not only demonstrate the incredible artistic skills of Native Americans, but also reflect the unique civilization they possessed long before contact with other cultures. Cave Number 19 has an underground system over 5 kilometers long, and the carvings were found in a large chamber of this system. The discovery of these artworks is an immensely important archaeological find, offering valuable insights into the history and culture of Native Americans and shedding light on the development of an ancient civilization previously unknown. Mayan traces. The Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico, a mystical region, is home to thousands of mysterious caves that once served as refuges for prehistoric people and later became sacred sites for Maya rituals. Among these are deep natural wells, like Las Calaveras, where the remains of over 125 people were found, still a great scientific mystery. These wells are natural sinkholes in limestone caves and not only connect to an underground maze, but also serve as gateways to the underworld. These wells formed when parts of the limestone cave ceilings collapsed, creating water-filled holes or passages leading to underground springs. During the Stone Age, many caves dried up, becoming dwelling and burial sites. However, to the Maya, these deep wells were seen as portals to Xibalba, the place of fear, home to spirits and deities. Because of this, they avoided these wells, viewing them as sacred and dangerous. In 2013, for the first time, these underground caves were filmed in 3D for the documentary The Caves of the Dead, providing scientists with a clearer understanding of the massive underground labyrinths. Exploring these caves is a great challenge, not only due to their remote locations deep in the jungle, but also because of their narrow openings and the pervasive darkness. Some of the wells are over 100 meters deep, where the air becomes suffocating, making exploration extremely dangerous. These mysterious caves contain not only stories about the history and beliefs of the Maya, but also invaluable archaeological treasures, opening up a mysterious underground world full of potential for exploration. Ancestral traces of different human species. The latest survey in the Denisova cave in Russia reveals that the Denisovans, an ancient human species, did not live here alone, but coexisted with both Neanderthals and our own ancestors. For paleontologists, this discovery is a shocking revelation. While there have been caves reused by multiple human species or where two species coexisted and interbred, this is the first time a cave has been found where 3 species lived at the same time. This finding raises the possibility of complex hybrid offspring. Numerous studies worldwide show that many human species of the Homo genus coexisted alongside Homo sapiens, modern humans. However, all these relatives are now extinct. Some have left traces in modern humans' genes through interspecies marriages. The Denisova cave is hidden deep within a cliff in the Anhui River Valley in the Altai Mountains of Russia. Analysis of 728 soil samples from 20 sediment layers at the cave's bottom shows that humans lived here from 300,000 to 130,000 years ago. Another group of Denisovans arrived about 30,000 years later and stayed until they went extinct. Neanderthals inhabited the cave from around 170,000 years ago, while our ancestors, Homo sapiens, arrived 45,000 years ago when the other two species had not yet disappeared. Although scientists have not yet found direct evidence of interspecies marriages, the possibility of complex hybrid individuals is very high, as there is evidence of such cases worldwide. Many modern Northern Europeans carry up to 2% Neanderthal genes, while 40% of Asians still bear traces of the Denisovan tooth. The alien painting. According to local legend, this massive cave is where the god Shiva revealed the secret of immortality. Paintings discovered in the Bastar Chhattisgarh caves, located in central India, have led Indian historians and archaeologists to believe that prehistoric people who lived in these caves painted images of aliens and unidentified flying objects on the cave walls. Some of the paintings depict alien-like figures wearing spacesuits. Other images include flying saucers with antennas and 3 legs, or aliens carrying some type of weapon. These paintings are believed to date back between 10,000 and 30,000 years, a time when space travel did not exist, even in the distant dreams of humanity. Indian archaeologists are particularly amazed that the paintings, created with natural pigments, have not faded over thousands of years. They believe that ancient people may have actually seen aliens in reality, or at the very least in their imaginations. This led them to create these striking images on the rock walls. This is not the first time ancient paintings resembling aliens have been discovered. Another mysterious painting was found at Cayuse Creek, USA. This painting depicts a creature sitting inside a UFO shaped like a flying saucer, similar to those seen in Hollywood science fiction films. The UFO in the painting even emits smoke trails from behind. The mysterious caverns. Hidden deep within the Himalayan mountain range of Nepal, thousands of man-made caves situated 47 meters above the ground in the ancient Mustang Kingdom form one of the world's greatest archaeological mysteries. It is estimated that up to 10,000 such unique caves have been discovered in central and northern Nepal. Surprisingly, some of the caves extend deep into the cliff faces of gorges, while others were dug from above, creating tunnels. These thousands of holes in the precarious, steep cliff faces, located nearly 50 meters above the valley floor, give the impression of a gigantic sandcastle. To this day, scientists are still unsure who created these thousands of years old caves or what their purpose was. Most of the caves are empty today, but archaeological excavations have uncovered evidence such as fireplaces, seed storage containers, and sleeping chambers, suggesting that people once lived here. In 2010, some experts also found human skulls, teeth, arms, and legs, as well as burial items like coffins. About 1,000 years ago, these caves became homes for Mustang families due to the warm winters. It was only in the 13th century that people began to migrate to traditional villages in the valley. Due to its relatively remote location, the Sky Caves and the Mustang Kingdom were forgotten until they were rediscovered by explorers in 1981. The Mustang Kingdom is now considered the best preserved example of traditional Tibetan life in the world. Thousands of mysterious Buddha statues. At an elevation of over 150 meters above sea level, inside the Mak Teach mountain cave are more than 7,200 Buddhist sculptures and over 1,000 square meters of murals. This is one of the most famous Buddhist monuments in the world. According to ancient records, the Mak Teach mountain cave began to be carved during the late Qin dynasty around the 3rd century BCE, followed by the carving of Buddha statues on the high cliffs ranging from 30 to 70 meters. Because the Mak Teach mountain has loose rock formations that are difficult to carve, the sculptures here were made from clay, mostly colored clay. Scholars believe that this cave system was formed and created over many different dynasties. Over thousands of years of history, the Mak Teach mountain cave and its Buddha statues have been well preserved, escaping destruction due to their inaccessibility. The thousands of sculptures here vary greatly in size and shape, with some reaching up to 16 meters tall, while others are as small as 10 centimeters. All of them reflect sculptural features from different periods and dynasties, showcasing the development of Chinese clay sculpture over more than 1,000 years. Alongside Longmen, Dunhuang, Datong, and Yungang, the Mach Teach Mountain Cave now stands as one of the 5 iconic cave systems dedicated to Buddha sculptures, housing scriptures and preserving images of the Buddha in China. Strange creatures filled with toxic gases. After being completely isolated from the world for 5 million years, what do you think you would find inside a sealed cave? Dinosaur fossils? Mysterious prehistoric creatures? Or evidence of extraterrestrial life? It is truly difficult to know for sure until Dr. Cristian Lascu opened the Mummified cave in Romania. Discovered in 1986, the cave was found when workers from Romania were searching for a new location to build a nuclear power plant. Today, the authorities have sealed the cave and require a special permit to enter, as the cave's central area is naturally protected, surrounded by steep cliffs and narrow limestone tunnels. Inside the cave, the air contains only half the normal amount of oxygen, but it is high in carbon dioxide and hydrogen sulfide. This cave is also a dark, deep pit, not illuminated for at least 5.5 million years. Despite this harsh environment, scientists have identified 48 species, including various types of spiders, water scorpions, pseudoscorpions, centipedes, leeches, and millipedes. A total of 33 species are found only in Mummified Cave. Most of the creatures in the cave have reduced vision or lack pigment, as sight or bright features are unnecessary in the darkness. They tend to have thin bodies with very long limbs and antennae to help them navigate better. Additionally, the cave ecosystem is the only known example of an ecosystem entirely based on chemosynthesis. While most ecosystems rely on photosynthesis to harness energy, the lack of sunlight in the cave means that bacteria must obtain energy and carbon directly from chemical reactions such as sulfur oxidation or ammonium oxidation. The tiny people of the Hobbit cave. Long ago, on an island somewhere far away, there was a legend of a tiny human race unknown to science. They lived alongside elephants the size of young horses, hunted dragons that breathed poison, and were said to have an intriguing culture. In recent years, scientists discovered a strange group of people called Homo floresiensis, or the Flores Hobbit people, living on a small island off the coast of Indonesia. These tiny people, with their small stature, dark skin, and curly hair, are believed to be descendants of a group of humans who arrived on the island from Africa more than 10,000 years ago. In 2004, a team of researchers from the University of Cambridge discovered the remains of this group and named them Homo floresiensis. The tiny people of Flores had a rich culture and history with their own beliefs and language. They were famous for their hunting and fishing skills, as well as their unique ability to sing and dance. They were also known for their extreme friendliness and welcoming nature. The Strange Handprints. Ancient cave art featuring handprints has long been thought to be the work of male hunters. However, a recent study shows that these handprints actually belong to women of that time. These findings challenge the archaeological theory that ancient artists were men who depicted their hunting feats and images of animals such as wild cattle, reindeer, horses, and mammoths. Archaeologist Dean Snow from Penn State University conducted his research over a decade ago, building upon the work of British biologist John Manning, who argued that the fingers of men and women differ in length. This discovery changes the theory that ancient artists were male, recording their hunting accomplishments and the animals they encountered. As you can see, caves are truly dark, mysterious, and incredibly sacred places. They were once the homes of our human ancestors and terrifying creatures from the Ice Age. Discoveries within caves not only open a door to the past, but also make us reflect on the mysteries that time has yet to solve. What do you think about these mysterious cave discoveries? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like our channel and subscribe so you won't miss any exciting journeys ahead. Now, goodbye and see you next time.